Hey there, treasure hunters and penny pinchers. Ever heard of the saying, a penny saved is a penny earned? Well, what if I told you that a single penny, yes, just one, could be worth more than $1 million? That's right, today we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1960 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny. This tiny coin isn't just pocket change, it's potentially life-changing. So, grab your magnifying glass, check your couch cushions, and let's see if you're sitting on a jackpot without even knowing it. Let's kick things off with a little history lesson. The 1960 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver. The D in the mint mark gives it away. Over 1.5 billion of these were made, but what makes this coin stand out? It's not the quantity, it's the quirks. Back in the day, minting wasn't the precise science it is today. Mistakes happened, and those mistakes are now worth serious cash. Enter the small date and large date varieties. Some pennies were struck with a smaller date, while others got a larger one. But here's the kicker, certain 1960 D pennies feature a unique doubling error. If you take a close look at the date or mint mark and see what looks like a blurry shadow, congratulations. You found a double die error, and that's where the big bucks come in. It's all about rarity. Coin collectors, or numismatists if you want to sound fancy, go wild for coins that stand out. Think of it like rare baseball cards, except instead of Babe Ruth, it's Honest Abe. Now, let me tell you a little story. A while back, I was helping my grandpa clean out his garage. You know, one of those let's finally tackle this kind of days. While sifting through dusty jars of nails and screws, I stumbled across an old coffee can full of pennies. Most were just your average, everyday coins, but one caught my eye. It was a 1960 D penny. I remembered hearing about these coins being valuable, so I grabbed my phone, Googled it, and started inspecting it like I was on an episode of CSI, Coin Edition. Spoiler alert, mine wasn't the jackpot, but it was the spark that got me into coin collecting. A standard 1960 D penny in circulated condition might only be worth a few cents. But if you've got one in pristine, uncirculated condition or one with that famous doubling error, it could fetch as much as $1.1 million at auction. That's right, one penny could buy you a mansion, a luxury car, or, I don't know, 110 million more pennies. First, grab a magnifying glass or loupe. Check the date and the D mint mark for doubling. Look for a shadowy effect or overlapping lines. Second, check the overall condition of the coin. The fewer scratches and dings, the better. Lastly, if you think you've struck gold or copper, get it professionally graded. That's where experts evaluate your coin and assign it a grade that determines its value. And hey, don't underestimate the power of a second opinion. Coin forums, local coin shops, and even online auction sites like eBay can be great places to learn more. Just remember to do your research. Don't get scammed by someone claiming your coin is worthless when it's actually worth a fortune. The 1960 D Lincoln penny might be small, but its potential value is huge. Who knew a little piece of copper could hold so much history, intrigue, and, well, money? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with a jar of spare change, take the time to look closely. You never know what you might find. And now here's your next step. Go check your piggy banks, dig through your car's cup holder, and raid that random drawer full of old coins. And while you're at it, why not hit that subscribe button? I'll be sharing more tips, tricks, and stories about coins that could make you rich or at least make you look at spare change a little differently. Thanks for watching, and remember, every penny has a story. Maybe the next one you pick up will be worth $1 million. Hey there, treasure hunters and coin enthusiasts. Imagine this, you're sifting through a jar of old pennies you've had sitting on a shelf for years. Maybe it's been collecting dust, maybe you were going to cash it in at the bank. Suddenly, you find one that looks a little different, and you think, could this be worth something? What if I told you that a humble 1962 D Lincoln penny could be worth an eye-popping $1.2 million? Yes, you heard that right. 1.2 million. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of the 1962 D Lincoln penny. What makes it so valuable? How can you tell if you've got one? And, most importantly, how do you avoid tossing it into a Coinstar machine for pocket change? Stick around, this is a wild ride you don't want to miss. Alright, let's kick things off with the basics. The 1962 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark right below the date. In 1962, the U.S. Mint pumped out billions of pennies. So, what makes this particular one worth more than a luxury home or a Lamborghini? Rarity and errors. That's the magic combo. Some of these pennies have what collectors call a double die error. Basically, the die used to stamp the coin was slightly misaligned, creating a doubled appearance on the letters or numbers. If you've ever seen a penny that looks like it's wearing 3D glasses, that's what I'm talking about. If your 1962D penny looks like it's been run over by a lawnmower, it's probably not going to fund your retirement. But if it's in pristine condition, what collectors call mint state, you're in business. And here's a pro tip: look out for coins graded MS65 or higher. That's where the real money is. And now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was helping my uncle clean out his garage. He's one of those guys who keeps everything: old tools, newspapers, and, you guessed it, jars of coins. While I was knee-deep in dusty mason jars, I stumbled upon a 1962D penny. At first, I laughed it off. Oh great, I thought, another penny for the gas station candy stash. But then, I noticed the D mint mark and a weird doubling on the date. My heart skipped a beat. Was I holding $1 million coin? I wasn't. But it was worth a cool $100, which, let's be real, is still a win. That's the thing with coins, you never know what hidden treasure might be sitting right under your nose. Now, let's get back to the $1 million version of the 1962D penny. If you think you've got one, the first thing you'll want to do is avoid cleaning it. I know it's tempting to grab a toothbrush and shine that baby up. Don't. Cleaning can actually lower the value. Instead, take it to a professional coin dealer or grading service. They'll be able to authenticate it and give you a proper valuation. You're probably wondering, how rare is this thing, really? Well, only a handful of these error pennies in top condition have been discovered. That's why they're so valuable. It's like winning the lottery, except you didn't even know you were playing. Oh, and here's a fun fact to impress your friends: the 1962D penny is made of 95% copper. Back then, pennies were real metal, not the zinc-coated stuff we have today. If nothing else, it's worth more than 1 cent just for the copper content alone. The 1962D Lincoln penny is living proof that sometimes, the smallest things can pack the biggest punch. So, go dig through those coin jars, rifle through your junk drawers, and maybe even check under your couch cushions. Who knows? You might just strike it rich. Or if you're now inspired to start your own treasure hunt, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got tons of tips and tricks on spotting valuable coins, understanding their history, and even strategies for selling them. And hey, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment below if you've ever found a coin worth more than you expected. Alright, everyone, here's a quick question for you. What if I told you that a penny, a single, lonely, probably forgotten coin, could be worth $1.3 million? That's right, we're not talking about some rare gold bar or ancient artifact. We're talking about the 1971 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. You might want to check your couch cushions, because one of these could be hiding there. Today, we're diving deep into the story behind this unassuming coin, why it's worth so much, and how you might stumble across one. But before we get started, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was rummaging through an old box in my garage full of coins from my childhood, and I found a penny that looked unusual. My heart started racing. I thought, this is it. I'm rich. Spoiler alert, it wasn't the $1 million penny. But hey, the thrill was real, and now I'm here helping you avoid the same mistake. Let's jump into it. First, let's talk about what makes the 1971 no-mint mark penny so special. At first glance, it looks just like any other penny. It's got Abraham Lincoln's stern, thoughtful face on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But here's the kicker: the no-mint mark. Coins without a mint mark were typically produced in Philadelphia. That's not rare by itself, but what is rare is when a mistake or error makes it into circulation. The 1971 penny became legendary because of a few key reasons. Some versions of this coin were struck with an error in the die, basically, the mold used to imprint the coin. These errors led to doubling, known as a doubled die. You'll see this if you inspect the letters Liberty or In God We Trust under magnification. If the letters look doubled or blurry, congrats, you've hit the jackpot. Now, let's get into why it's worth $1.3 million. The value of any coin boils down to its rarity and condition. Only a handful of these error pennies exist, and collectors are obsessed with unique coins. In auctions, these rare pennies spark bidding wars that could make your head spin. The last one sold for, drumroll, $1.3 million. Imagine getting $1.3 million for something you probably tossed in a tip jar without thinking twice. Let me pause for a second here. Can we just laugh about how ironic this is? A coin that's supposed to symbolize the bare minimum of currency is now worth more than a Ferrari. Life is weird, isn't it? Now, you might be thinking, okay, how do I know if I have one of these pennies? Great question. Here's what you need to do. First, grab any pennies you have from 1971 and examine them under a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look for doubling on the text. If you find something that looks even remotely close, it's worth getting a professional appraisal. Trust me, don't try to sell it to your cousin for $20 and call it a day. And while you're at it, don't forget to check the condition. Coins in mint state condition are worth the most. If your penny has been through the ringer, aka scratched, bent, or tossed around like a baseball, its value will drop significantly. So, be careful when handling it. Imagine trying to explain to your friends that your financial security depends on a penny. Yeah, I'm retiring early because of Abe Lincoln. No big deal. First, always check your coins. Second, don't underestimate the power of an old penny. And third, sometimes the smallest things can turn out to be the biggest treasures. Literally, before you head off to raid your piggy banks, let me leave you with this: the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. You never know what kind of treasure is hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins worth serious cash, hit that subscribe button and join our community. I'll be sharing more tips, tricks, and stories to help you discover the hidden gems in your pocket change. And don't forget to drop a comment if you've ever had a lucky find or if you just want to say hi. I love hearing from you all. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Have you ever dreamed of finding a penny in your pocket worth enough to make you scream, "I'm rich"? Well, today we're diving into a coin that might just turn that dream into a reality. That's right, we're talking about the 1982 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a little copper piece with a jaw-dropping current market value of $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1 million for a penny. Now, before you go tearing through your couch cushions or raiding your piggy bank, stick around, because we're going to talk about why this coin is so valuable, how you can spot one, and what you should do if you happen to stumble upon one of these rare treasures. Plus, I'll share a little story about the time I thought I found a jackpot penny. Spoiler alert, I didn't, but it's a story worth hearing. Let's jump right in. First off, let's talk about why this coin is worth so much money. Back in 1982, the US Mint made a big change in how they produced pennies. Before 1982, pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But due to rising copper prices, they switched to making pennies mostly out of zinc with a thin copper coating. During this transition year, both types of pennies were minted, and that's where the magic and the money comes in. The 1982 D penny we're talking about is a rare error coin. Instead of being made with the zinc composition, this one was struck using the older 95% copper planchet. It's like finding a relic from another era. These coins are incredibly rare because only a few slipped through the cracks during production. To add to the intrigue, they were minted at the Denver Mint, which is what the D stands for. And now, here's the kicker: the value of this coin skyrockets because collectors go absolutely wild for error coins like this. It's a one-of-a-kind find, and when demand meets rarity, you get a price tag that makes your head spin. $1.4 million in this case. So, how do you know if you've got the golden ticket? First, check for the 1982 date and the D-Mint mark right below the date. Next, you'll need to weigh the coin. A copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams, while the newer zinc pennies are lighter, weighing about 2.5 grams. If your 1982 D penny is on the heavier side, you might just have a fortune in your hand. And now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was sorting through some old change from a jar that had been sitting in my grandma's basement for decades. I found a 1982 D penny and just about lost my mind. I grabbed my kitchen scale, yes, I have one for moments like this, and weighed it. My heart was pounding like I'd just run a marathon. It came out to 2.5 grams. Yep, it was zinc. My millionaire dreams were crushed in seconds. But hey, at least I still had a penny, right? So, if you think you found one of these rare gems, don't just throw it in with your laundry quarters. Get it authenticated. Take it to a reputable coin dealer or send it off to a professional grading service. And remember, even if it's not worth millions, some error coins can still fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, so don't dismiss any oddities you come across. Alright, folks, now that you know all about the 1982 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny and its incredible $1.4 million value, it's time to get searching. Whether it's your pocket change, an old coin jar, or that collection you've been meaning to dust off, you never know what treasures might be hiding in plain sight. And hey, if you don't find $1 million penny, don't sweat it. The thrill of the hunt is half the fun, and you're learning some pretty cool stuff along the way. Plus, you never know, your lucky coin might be waiting for you in the next handful of change you get at the grocery store. Before you go, here's the deal: if you loved this video and want more tips on coins worth money, strategies for finding valuable collectibles, and maybe even a few more stories about my own coin hunting adventures, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Alright, get out there, start searching, and may the coin gods smile upon you. Alright, folks, let's kick things off with a question. What if I told you that a single penny could be worth $1.5 million? Yeah, you heard me right, a penny. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins out there, the 2011 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Trust me, you don't want to toss this bad boy into your coin jar at the gas station. Nope, this little copper gem could literally change your life. Now, before we jump in, let me share a quick story. I remember this one time, years ago, I was cleaning out my car, the way you do when you're desperately searching for quarters for a vending machine. And what do I find? A shiny penny just lying there in the cup holder. At the time, I didn't think much of it, but now? Oh man, if only that penny had been a 2011 D-Mint Mark. I could have traded my old beater for a brand new sports car. So, lesson learned: always check your change. You might be sitting on a fortune. Okay, let's get into the juicy details about this penny. So, what makes the 2011 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny worth $1.5 million? It's all about rarity, condition, and a little bit of history. First up, the D-Mint Mark. That D stands for Denver, where the coin was minted. The Denver Mint is known for producing billions of pennies each year, but sometimes, a few special ones sneak through the cracks. In the case of this 2011 penny, there was a minting error, a flaw so rare and fascinating that collectors will pay big bucks to get their hands on it. Now, you might be wondering, what kind of error are we talking about? Well, it's a double die error, which means the design on the penny was struck twice, but slightly off-center. This gives the lettering and images a kind of shadow effect. It's like the coin tried to do a double take, and collectors absolutely love that kind of quirk. But wait, there's more. Condition is key. If your penny has been through the ringer, scratched up, tarnished, or bent, it's not going to fetch that $1 million price tag. But if you've got a pristine, shiny example that looks like it just rolled out of the mint, then congratulations, you've hit the jackpot. Let's talk about the design itself. This penny features good old Honest Abe on the front, of course. The reverse side, though, shows the Union Shield design, symbolizing Abraham Lincoln's role in preserving the nation during the Civil War. It's a classic, iconic design, and it's one of the reasons collectors are so drawn to this coin. And now, here's a fun fact to keep in mind: even if your 2011 D penny isn't the $1 million variety, it could still be worth a nice chunk of change. Coins with minor errors or ones that are in excellent condition can go for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions. So, don't underestimate the power of a humble penny. And hey, speaking of relatable moments, let's be real, how many of us have dumped our spare change into a Coinstar machine without even giving it a second glance? I know I've done it more times than I care to admit. But after learning about coins like this, I'm officially a coin-checking addict. My family thinks I've lost it when they catch me squinting at pennies with a magnifying glass, but who's going to be laughing when I cash in $1 million penny? That's right, me. So, there you have it, folks, the 2011 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a tiny piece of history that could make you rich. If you're like me, you're probably itching to dig through your coin jar right now. And honestly, do it. Who knows, maybe your next big payday is sitting in the bottom of a drawer or under the couch cushions. Before you go, Here's the deal: if you found this video helpful, entertaining, or even just mildly interesting, hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more coin tips, treasure hunting strategies, and stories about the coolest coins worth serious cash coming your way. And hey, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Who knows, you might help someone else discover a fortune, too. Hey there, coin enthusiasts, treasure hunters, and casual penny collectors. Have you ever picked up a penny and thought, what if this tiny, often overlooked piece of copper could change my life? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into one of the most surprising and sought-after coins out there, the 2014 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny that's currently valued at a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Yep, you heard that right, a single penny worth more than a mansion. Stick around, because I'll explain why this humble coin is worth so much, what makes it so special, and how you might just stumble upon one yourself. Oh, and I've got a wild personal story about a penny discovery you won't want to miss. Alright, so let's get into it. First off, what is this 2014 no-mint Mark penny all about, and why is it worth so much money? Let's break it down. Not if you've ever looked closely at a penny, you've probably noticed a small letter stamped on it, like a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. These are mint marks, and they tell us where the coin was made. A no-mint Mark coin means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which doesn't use a mark on its pennies. Simple enough, right? But what makes this 2014 penny stand out is that it's not just any no-mint Mark penny, it's a rare error coin. And when it comes to coin collecting, error coins are like the holy grail. Here's the kicker: the 2014 no-mint Mark penny wasn't just a mistake, it's an ultra-rare mistake. Some of these pennies were accidentally struck on the wrong type of metal, giving them a unique appearance and weight. This is called a planchet error, and collectors go absolutely nuts for it. Imagine owning something so rare that only a handful exist in the world. It's like winning the lottery, but instead of scratching a ticket, you just checked your couch cushions. And now, before you go tearing through every penny jar in your house, here's what to look for. These rare 2014 pennies might have a slightly off color, a weird texture, or even be a little lighter or heavier than usual. The best way to confirm is to get the coin weight seriously. Even a fraction of a gram can make all the difference. Speaking of searching for treasure, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was at a yard sale, because who doesn't love a good deal on someone else's junk? I saw a big jar of pennies for sale for $5. Being the nerd I am, I thought, why not? I took the jar home and started sifting through it, one coin at a time. It was relaxing, almost meditative. And then I saw it, a penny that just looked different. My heart was racing, and I thought, is this it? Am I about to be a millionaire? It wasn't the 2014 penny. It was just a dirty 1999 penny. But hey, that moment of excitement? Priceless. And you never know, your next find might be the real deal. How to spot one in your pocket change. So, here's what you need to do if you want to hunt for this penny. Don't just toss your change in a jar, inspect it. Look for the year 2014 and no-mint Mark. If something seems off, like the color, weight, or design, it might be worth investigating further. If you think you've found the jackpot, take it to a professional coin appraiser or send it to a grading service like PCGS. They'll confirm its authenticity and give it an official grade, which can significantly increase its value. Coin collecting can be overwhelming, but you don't have to do it alone. Join online forums, Facebook groups, or local coin clubs to share tips and get advice. And hey, even if you don't find the $1 million penny, you might stumble across another valuable coin. The world of numismatics, fancy word for coin collecting, is full of surprises. Alright, folks, let's wrap this up. The 2014 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny might just be sitting in your pocket right now, waiting to make you a millionaire. So next time you're about to toss a penny into a tip jar or leave it behind at the gas station, think twice. That little coin could be your golden or copper ticket. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got tons more videos coming your way about rare coins, hidden treasures, and strategies for turning pocket change into serious cash. And if you've got a story about finding a rare coin or even just a funny penny story, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Hey, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Imagine this: you're going through some old change, maybe a jar you've had for years, and boom, you stumble across a penny. But not just any penny, a 2002 mint mark Lincoln penny that could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. Yeah, you heard that right, $1.8 million for a single, unassuming penny. Crazy, right? Today, we're diving into why this penny is so valuable, what makes it special, and how you might just have one sitting in a drawer or under your car seat. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be checking every penny you come across. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 2002 D Lincoln penny comes from the Denver Mint, that's what the D stands for. It's part of the iconic Lincoln penny series, which has been around since 1909. Now, most of these 2002 pennies? They're worth 1 cent. But here's the thing, not all pennies are created equal. Some of them have errors or rare features that make collectors lose their minds, and their wallets.so. What's so special about the $1.8 million version? Drumroll, please, it's an error coin. These are coins that didn't come out of the mint looking exactly as intended. Maybe the die was misaligned, or the penny was struck twice, or there was a rare material mix-up. These errors make the coin unique, and unique equals valuable in the world of coin collecting. Now, here's a fun story for you. I was at a yard sale a couple of years ago, digging through some old jars of random coins. You know, the kind people toss their change into and forget about? I wasn't even seriously looking, just killing time. But then I saw this penny that looked off. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but it felt different. Turns out, it wasn't the 2002 D we're talking about today, but it was a minor error coin worth about $500. Not bad for a penny, right? Moral of the story? You never know where you might find treasure. Now, back to the 2002 D. These pennies were mass-produced, so finding a valuable one is like finding a needle in a haystack. But hey, someone's gotta find that needle, right? The most valuable versions of this coin usually have a doubled die error. That's where the design looks like it's been stamped twice, creating a kind of ghostly, blurry effect. If you see doubling on the lettering, numbers, or Lincoln's profile, you might be onto something in the material. While most pennies from 2002 are made of copper-plated zinc, sometimes mistakes happen, and coins are struck on the wrong planchet. That's the blank metal disc used to make the coin. If you've got a 2002 D penny made of the wrong material, congratulations, you've hit the jackpot. Now, let's talk about the condition. Even if you've got an error coin, its value depends on how well it's been preserved. A shiny, uncirculated penny with no scratches or dirt is going to fetch a much higher price than one that looks like it's been through a washing machine. Coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can help you determine your penny's condition and value. Here's where the humor kicks in. If you're anything like me, you've probably got a drawer or jar filled with random coins. It's where all the "I'll deal with this later" change goes to die. But now, that jar might just be your ticket to a windfall. I mean, imagine telling your friends you became a millionaire thanks to a penny. That's a story they'll be talking about forever.so. Here's your game plan. Start digging through your change jars, your car cup holders, your couch cushions, anywhere a penny might be hiding. Look for that 2002 D mint mark, check for errors, and inspect the condition. And if you think you've got something special, don't sit on it, get it appraised. Now, before you go tearing your house apart looking for pennies, let me leave you with this. Coins like these remind us that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises. Who knows? The next time you're handed change at the grocery store, you might be holding a $1.8 million penny without even knowing it. If you found this video helpful or even mildly entertaining, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got more tips, tricks, and stories about coins worth big money coming your way, and you don't want to miss them. Plus, if you've got a coin story of your own, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it.